Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm going to be doing a really quick reading. I asked what the reading was going to be about, and I heard the blessings headed your way will change your life. All right, here goes. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So, how are you guys doing? Sorry I'm so late. Um, on the road again. Yeah, I think my body's just exhausted. All right. So let's go ahead and pull some cards. Let's see where this reading takes us. One more shuffle. All right. We are ready. Here goes. Foundation in reverse. So this is telling me that something foundational has kind of gone upside down. This is probably something to do with a belief system. It might have something to do with uh, a very important, connection. Um, Maybe it's something where someone disappointed you to the degree that it's like you can't wrap your mind around it, right? Maybe it's something like that. All right. So this is kind of letting you know that there is still a connection that continues to prevent you from creating the things that you need, from having the connections, other connections, opportunities, and a whole bunch of other things. This is someone who really blocks your path, right? So they drain you of this creative energy, and then it's been kind of drawn out for quite some time now, and you're probably just tired of it, but you don't quite know how to like exit from it. Hold on really quick. Death in reverse, stagnation, slow changes, partial change, inertia, narrowly avoiding a serious accident. It's almost this sense of like the longer you hold on to this, the longer it'll take for this blessing to come in, and the harder it will be for you to actually retrieve whatever this blessing actually is. It feels like goodness is headed your way, but if you're not going to allow yourself to receive that goodness and create space for that goodness to enter, well, then, it's not going to enter. And that's kind of just that, right? Containment. See, this right here, whatever this connection is, it's keeping you contained. It's keeping you from moving forward. It's keeping you from realizing certain things that are necessary for your unfoldment, for your development. It's up to you, though. If you want to continue holding on to what's comfortable, then, maybe you just need to hear that sometimes people get so comfortable in their misery that they don't know how to let it go. I mean, that's pretty blunt thing to say, but I mean, roll me up and smoke me. I'm blunt. This started with something in the spring that was upside down. you have this opportunity to not repeat the pattern. But if you're not going to start making these changes and making these difficult decisions, well, then you're going to have an upside down spring next year as well. It's going to continue. It's not going to get better. I don't know that it's going to get severely worse. I think for whoever this is, you've been going through these cycles of major ups and downs with whoever that person is that's holding you back, and it's just going to continue in that same way. They're going to try and control you. You're going to get upset and start making plans without them, and they're going to profusely apologize and try and be better, promise to change, all of these different things. And then as soon as things are comfortable again, it's going to be the same exact thing again. And sometimes people get so comfortable in that dynamic that they are afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of moving forward into something that, well, what if things are worse? But here's the thing, what if it's better? What if everything comes so much better, that you allow yourself to really begin living, right? Oops. Okay. So grounding, this is telling me there's a lot of excess energy that's not necessarily good, like static electricity. Sometimes static electricity negatively impacts the function of certain electronics, certain processes. I'm wondering if this person is causing static in your life and affecting your proper function. It's creating too much interference for you to receive uh, the necessary guidance, right? I'm wondering, it's causing you to feel very insecure, this lack of security, this lack of sense of self. It's because you've been going through these cycles for so long that, it gets harder and harder to negate, harder and harder to negate your perception of who you are, or their perception of who you are, the longer you stay in those types of environments. If you stay in an environment long enough, you take in the ethos of that environment as your own beliefs. It's up to you though. If you're still too afraid to move forward, just know that you're not going to. I mean, I don't know how someone could expect change without actually taking the steps to initiate that change, right? It's the equivalent of, it's totally the equivalent of constantly saying, oh, I need to get healthier. I need to get healthier. But you eat the same foods that give you a sick feeling. You continue to not do the necessary exercises and stretches that will make your body feel stronger. And you continue to not sleep well. And, all of these different things. It's like they're small changes, but sometimes it's that small change that's actually the hardest. Sometimes it's that one decision that is so simple that actually is the one decision that's so difficult for you to make. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you don't initiate that change, the universe will initiate it for you. I didn't want to say it. I'm too tired to be combative today. uh, you know, it's true. Sometimes if you don't initiate that change, if you don't allow that change, you don't even have to be the one to initiate it. Your life will initiate it for you. But sometimes if you don't allow, if you continue to interfere, then your higher self will absolutely force the initiation of it. It will. It will. Your higher self is not obligated to baby you, right? Sometimes it will allow you to wait. It will wait so that you can have time to decide and come to these decisions on your own terms. But I'm starting to sweat. I'm seriously starting to sweat. All right. This saying right here. When caught between a rock and a hard place, everything has a tensile strength. You figure out that tensile strength and you can make that rock crumble and you won't be stuck anymore. It's not about working harder, it's about working efficiently with grace and courage, right? It's not even about working smarter, it's about working efficiently with grace and courage. Everything, everything has a tensile strength. If you can efficiently figure out what that tensile strength is, what angle to hit that rock, how hard to hit it, what it's made of, its crystalline structure, all of that. You can get out of that rock in a hard place. It's this thing of waiting for someone, something to gingerly pluck you out and gently place you somewhere. Like, that's not how it works. That is just not how it works. Maybe in movies, but I don't know if you realize this. Even movies that are based on a true story are played by actors. It's a story. If it's based on a true story, that means it has components of truth, factual components, but the entire thing is not factual. Now, if you're doing a documentary, that's a whole nother thing because you're just kind of watching everything as it unfolds. You're not creating a storyline. You're not trying to recreate something, right? Exactly, Firefly. Water does an awesome job of erosion and softening the ground. It also does an awesome job of distributing the very minerals that it erodes from the rocks. Rocks are made of minerals, various mineral combinations. And so it's this thing of really allowing yourself to create the space that's necessary for you to receive that which you need to receive, right? Unless you don't want to receive it, at which point that's up to you. That's up to you. No one gets to try and convince you of what you deserve and the type of life this and the type of life that. And, it's one of those things. It's just one of those things. You have to decide this for yourself because the further you get down this path, the more solidified your choices become. These are not intangible things. At some point, you will tangibly, viscerally experience what this reading is about. For some of us, it will take much longer than others. That's okay, it's not a race. But here's the thing, if you get frustrated about the lack of progress, I think you've placed your frustration in the wrong basket. The lack of progress is not the issue, it's the side effect. The issue is the lack of compliance with the guidance from your soul. That's the issue. If you comply with your soul, I'm not talking about agree with me, I'm talking about comply with your soul, and you allow yourself to experience the things you need to experience, letting go of the things that need to be let go of, then you will absolutely have the very thing that's been allotted to you right from the start, right? There's a lot of things that have been allotted to you. What things? I mean, I haven't received anything. Well, have you been clutching with a death grip the life that you're like being taken away from, this exiting from this life that you are so unhappy in, yet you cling to it, right? Everything's changing. Everything's changing. Why is everything changing? I don't know. Why are you trying to make it stay the same? Everything changes. Everyone changes. Heck, even people who I thought would be in my life forever are not. And I don't know that that's a bad thing. Part of me feels like um, a lot of the things that I didn't understand as it was happening, this taking away, this um, reducing that which is in my life, right? Uh, I might not have understood it as it was happening, but I promise you, it's always the best outcome in the long run. It's the best outcome in the long run. Yeah, sometimes it hurts as you go through the process. But if you see that process through, the pain diminishes and you begin to realize how much better off you were letting go of the things that your life is already trying to remove, right? So, remembrance, ancestors. There's a lot of things that are playing out right now that could be based in like a replaying of something with your ancestors, like ancestral, I don't even want to say ancestral karma. I'm not sure what it would be categorized at. Hold on, guys. All right. So, boundaries in reverse. Yikes. This is almost like, I don't know, it's this thing of this feeling of seeing this and feeling that for whoever this reading is, it's like you're constantly under threat. Like something will be taken away from you. Someone is going to be mad at you. You're at risk of disappointing this person and that person. And, you know, all of these different expectations, all of these different obligatory things. And I feel like you guys are tired of that, right? I feel like you guys are very much, very, very, very much tired of the way things have been going, but maybe you just don't know how to proceed. I don't feel like it's that you don't want to. It feels like a hesitation because I don't know, maybe you're afraid of doing it wrong. Maybe you're afraid that you're not, sure if the message is accurate, that you're not receiving it in an accurate way. And, I'm making a decision not to repeat patterns right now. It's a powerful moment. A powerful moment to be faced with things that are triggers. And you're so good. You are so good at dealing with those types of triggers and really just, right? But then realizing, just really having this realization that you're more than just the end result of a trigger. You know what I'm saying? This attempt to destabilize you must be met with a solution, not a repetition of patterns. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So, I just need to have a moment of reminding myself I'm so much more than just a byproduct, you know? I'm so much more than just a byproduct of the continued existence of triggers within me. You know what I'm saying? Mm, mm. Trying to settle down my frequency. Just really settling my frequency down, allow myself to make a conscious decision of how I'm going to choose to interact with my environment. And sometimes this is all your process has to be. Just this moment of allowing yourself to feel, but not allowing yourself to let that feeling be the reaction, the trigger for that reaction, right? I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. You have to allow yourself a moment. It can't be go, 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 go. A lot of the blessings that will come your way will be missed because you're consistently go, go, go with this preconceived notion of what is a blessing and what is not, and how that blessing will arrive, and the way in which you'll receive it, how it will make you feel, the way it plays out into your life, who will be involved, all of these factors that you have no control over. These are all factors you have zero control over. Yet those are the factors that we will hyperfixate on, that we will allow ourselves to become so ridiculously like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to manifest, blah, 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 blah. When in reality, manifestation is not about creating a situation. Manifestation is about clearing the way for that situation to be created for you and for you to be fully present in it. There's a lot of things that are being manifested in this period. Which manifestations are you complying with? Which ones? The ones that will perpetuate your misery, or the manifestations that will help to deliver you from that misery? Right? Well, so USD says the only thing we can control is our response. And what if what you need to control is not your response, but your response to your reaction? Ooh. Ooh. That made me have Forrest Whitaker eyes. What if that's what we need, that this nuanced type of shift? Not controlling our response, but controlling our response to our reaction to what we've just experienced, right? Really allowing ourselves to, for just one moment, digest. So I'm actively in a state of fasting, right? Today is, um, I don't know, day one, a full 24 hours. The last thing I ate was the apple bread yesterday morning. So I'm in an active state of fasting. And that's the thing, is that I'm not forcing myself to fast. I'm just listening to what my body is saying, and I'm controlling my response to the reaction, right? I'm controlling my response to my initial reaction of what's going on. And I'm doing this in a way where I'm really honoring my needs as my needs develop and present themselves to me. And what's going to happen after I finish fasting? What's going to happen after I finish fasting? I'm going to keep living. There's no expectations as to how long this will last, how I will feel afterwards, the way I'll do it, or you know what I mean? Like there's no expectations. I will fast for as long as it is feeling healthy for me. The moment I begin to feel sick, I will reassess and see what I need to do. This is not an intentional fast. This is something I need for some reason. I don't know what that reason is, so I won't be interfering with the process that I'm currently in. Now, let's see. Um, ooh, this is intense. Gaze says sometimes the response is silence, which eliminates the entry point for next steps to occur. Ours and the other party with no communication, it gets weird. You know what I learned, Gaze? Because that was my logic before. I'm not saying your logic is wrong, but what I learned is when you're dealing with certain types of characters, they're caricatures of human ugliness, right? Sometimes when you're dealing with these caricatures of human ugliness, what ends up happening is your silence is the fuel that empowers them. When I was the recipient of pretty intense, very, very focused cyberbullying, I was the recipient of cyberbullying. The reason they were able to cyberbully me to that degree was because I remained silent. The moment I began to speak up and speak out, not angrily, but just really, hey, you know what? This is the situation. You wanted attention. You want me to say your name. You're sitting there behind the screen watching my live streams with bated breath, hoping, waiting, hoping. Let me take control back. Let me go ahead and speak on it in the way I choose to speak on it, from a place of compassion where my heart lives, and not speak on it in a way where I'm combative, giving you more fuel. Something like, yes, now there's a war. No, there's no war. There's just an acknowledgement of the shittiness of the person that you are and my pity for you. Not because I'm superior, but because I actually value you. Despite your inability to be a good person, I still see the value in you. And when I spoke from that space, all these motherfuckers shut the fuck up. Why? How do you fight truth? Truth spoken with grace and compassion. Truth spoken in a way where you're not being derogatory. You're simply speaking truth with no shame, no hesitation, no fear. And letting them know this is the only time you will receive my attention. And I understand you will wild out like a child ignored by their parent, but I'm not your mother, nor do I want to be. I will not sit in as a surrogate. You have a toxic relationship with a mother in your life. Has nothing to do with me. I recognize your wounds are yours. I don't have to take it in as my own. I'm here to live a life that is mine. You will no longer affect it. I will not stay silent, but nor will I join you in that place of ugly, you know? And really being genuine in that. Really being genuine in that, right? Sometimes it's our silence that emboldens those who were already unsure of what they should do to you, how they should approach this. Sometimes it's that silence, that very silence, that causes them to be like, oh, she's scared. Oh, yeah, see, she knows I'm right. She's scared. I'm not scared. I'm just busy. I'm busy. And now I will take one time out of my schedule to directly address you, to let you know I'm not afraid of speaking out. See, that got so bad for me because of my silence. Now, not everything deserves or requires your response. Not everything does. Not everything does. Okay? And the power that you hold, it really is rooted in your ability to discern what does and does not need your attention and reaction, right? So you have to make sure, you have to do all these things and allow the changes to take place so these blessings can come in. It feels like a profound change is headed your way, but I mean, if you're not going to take your soul up on its offer to change your life for the better, well, then your life is going to stay the same or possibly even degrade further, right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing either, because sometimes we have to experience the opposing polarity of the truth of our trajectory. What does that mean? It means you are a spiritual arrow being pulled back, and that tension that you feel as life drags you back, that is the charge, the forward momentum that's being loaded into the bow. Once you let go, as long as you've taken proper aim and you are accurate in your aim, you will always hit your mark. You will always hit your mark. And so now when life seems to go backwards for me, I remind myself, remember, you're an arrow. And things don't seem so hard. They don't seem so rough. They don't seem so punishing and personal. Things are going backwards. Well, I'm being prepared to be launched forward. I'll allow myself to go through the process that I'm in so that I can reach a place within myself where I can finally just let go. As soon as you let go of your grip on that arrow and that bowstring, it's a lot of forward momentum. Every single time my life starts to get very difficult and painful, I remind myself by remembering every single time this has happened for me, at the end of it, when I finally give up the fight against my soul, against my process, the amount of blessings that come through, it's just like to the point of, it's like surreal. It is surreal the way my life unfolds like that. When things get stressful, I'm just like, all right, I just got to figure out what I need to come to terms with so that I can let go and be launched forward. We're about to be launched forward, all of us. We're about to be launched forward in a way that, again, will change your life forever if you allow it. If you allow it. Allow yourself to be a free spirit. Allow yourself to experience the things you need to experience. Allow yourself the space to kind of shift and flow and move. Whew. I wonder if this place has AC because I'm starting to sweat. I'm going to ask my husband to find where the AC is. All right. Anyways, I'm just thankful that there's enough light for me to be able to successfully live stream without my studio lights. So integrity in reverse. There are going to be things that happen to you that, it will cause you to kind of consider doing things that are less than your level of integrity. I don't know that you should do that. Okay. I don't know that you should do that. I remember one time, because we have this rule in the family, right? You never not pay for something. Yeah. Like, for example, if one of my kids accidentally leaves a toy they're playing with in the store in our stroller, and we get home and I see like, oh my gosh, we didn't pay for this toy. It was in the stroller. I will go back to the store and I will pay for that. Some people will be like, it's a gift from the universe. I don't know about that. To me, it's a test. It's a test to see if I will continue to exist in a space of integrity, even when no one is looking, even when no one could possibly ever find out. This is a standard I hold myself to. I hold myself to an even higher degree of integrity, especially when no one is looking, because that's when it counts the most. At least for me. That's when it counts the most. That's when it carries the most gravity, because you are watching. You are seeing yourself. There will be things that will cause you to feel like the path of less integrity is much easier. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Easier does not feel right to me. Easier feels like a trick. I don't know. I've always felt that way. And I'm very, very grateful for the way my life has unfolded. And the way it's unfolded has really caused me to see clearly that I hold myself accountable for my actions based on my perceptions so that I can continue to cultivate the healthiest perception of self. Right. I remember the other day, my husband's joking around. Yesterday, we went and, oh no, it was not yesterday. We were still home. It was not yesterday. It was a few days ago. I don't know, whatever. He went and got something from drive-through, and they forgot some of the food in our order. It was one thing that they forgot, and so he calls and he's like, as he's waiting to be connected to someone so that he could go back to get whatever they forgot. He's like, "Oh, they also forgot this, this, and this." And I was like, "No, they didn't." He goes, "Yes, they did." And he's like kind of laughing. And I was like, "No, no, if you're gonna accrue toxic karma shit, you don't do that at home." No, 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 no. He was joking, of course. But my reaction, I was just like, mm-mm, I don't want to be caught up in your bullshit, yo. Like, my life is going amazing. You're not going to sabotage that with your bullshit. Do that somewhere else. And he was laughing. But that was the thing, is that it immediately reminded me of my personal stance of, especially when no one is watching, that's when you need to conduct yourself with even higher levels of integrity, because that's when it counts. That's when it counts. Okay. Golden crown. So for those of you who will be experiencing certain cycles that will initiate um, ascension, uh, be ready. Be ready. Okay. Your thoughts, your logic, your perception is going to begin to be shifted. If you allow it to be shifted in the healthiest of ways, it will still probably be difficult. It will still probably be challenging, but it will further prepare you for receiving whatever this blessing is. I'm super curious what you guys are going to receive. Let me see. Part of what needs to happen is a balancing of the shadow self. Okay. You're going to need to be able to go through this process, look yourself, your shadow self, in the eyes, and not have hatred or shame for your shadow aspects. The parts that are in your shadow, the parts of you that are in your shadow, are the parts that people in your environment at some point in your life have already taught you to reject. You don't need to reject it even further. You don't. There are so many different parts of you that you have still to become reacquainted with. These parts have always been a part of you, but they've been hidden away, partitioned into the shadows, because someone in your environment believed in your power to the degree that it intimidated them. And granted, maybe at that point you weren't ready yet to fight for yourself, to stand up for yourself, to believe in yourself. But I feel like you are now. I really feel like you are now. One of the things that I realize about me, my energy, and my purpose in people's lives, people have a tendency to find me when they're finally ready to let go. And it might not be right away that they let go of the things that hold them down, hold them back. It might take them a couple weeks, a couple months, for some, even a year or two of being consistently in my space, sharing space with me, listening to me share my opinions and my perceptions and all of that. And then what ends up happening is they have this aha moment and they're like, you know what? It suddenly all makes sense. This is the way I need to do things. Not the way that I said, the way that you're presented in your mind, right? It's a very, very beautiful thing and such an honor for me personally to know that you never find me and share space with me if you're not ready. You might find me and then, come around a little bit and then completely leave for a little while because you weren't ready. And then when you come back, I know you're ready. Ready for what? I don't know. The next part of your life. It's amazing. It's amazing. I just know it's going to play out. I'm going to be able to witness it. And that's an honor for me. And then I'm going to be so ridiculously happy for you and just, yes, love it. You know what I'm saying? Like Eliza is a beautiful, beautiful example of this. Oh my gosh. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. I was just thinking the other day of some of the interactions we've had on the live streams over the course of this entire time. And I remember some of the things that you used to share. I'm trying not to cry. Mm. I've had some moments of just extreme frustration with what you've lived through. And I had to keep reminding myself that everything must be your decision, that the process must unfold in the way you choose, in the time frame you choose, and that when you're ready, it will. Yeah. Yeah. I remember you sharing in public live streams how he'd get really angry about you listening to me, you watching me. And I remember at one point he got so angry he put a cigarette out on your face. And I was just like, you know what? This has to be your journey. It has to be your decision. Things have to go the way you choose for them to go. And there's not much I can do outside of just holding a space open. And some people have the capacity to touch your heart. without intending to. You're definitely one of those people. But I never told you, I've never told anyone. After a certain point, I had seen things, future events for you, that were very, very bad. I did see you in a body bag. And I knew that if I had said that, it would confirm what you were already thinking, and it would further commit you to what you were living through, and so I didn't say anything. Instead of saying something, I used to just anxiously wait for you to comment. Every live stream, I would wait. But I remember you were gone for like 3 or 4 months, and I had no contact info for you, so there was no way for me to know if you were okay or not. And I didn't want to violate your sovereignty. I didn't want to violate your sovereignty, so um, what I would sometimes do is I would allow myself to sit in a trance state, and I would allow myself to become aware of the rhythm of my heartbeat. And then I would ask your higher self to allow our heartbeats to sync. Your heart has a very distinct beat to it. And if I would feel a change in the rhythm of my heartbeat, I would know, like, okay, she's fine. She's strong. She's fine. She'll come back. She'll comment. And then usually whenever I would do that, and remind myself that, you'd comment the next day. Maybe just a hi, and you'd not comment anymore. But I'd be like, okay, so it was real. She's fine. She's probably going through something, but she's fine. She's fine. Some people have a way of touching your heart literally without even trying. Without even trying. And through the things you witness them live through, and the ways in which not only girl, I better not have a puffy face. I gotta do a show later. I better not. I can't have like puffy eyes. It's not just audio. They're gonna record it. Um, like I still mean it. Like I don't tell people that I love them if I don't actually feel that. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest, not everyone touches me. Not everyone. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, I love everyone. I have agape love for everyone. But I don't love everyone to the same degree and the same intensity. I don't. There's quite a few of you in this community where it's like, I can feel when you're going through things. I can feel when you've been absent for a bit. I can feel that. I notice that. I might not say anything because I don't want you to feel like you're obligated to spend every morning with me, but I do notice. I'm sensitive to people's energies. And when I'm drawn to you, I'm drawn to you. And that's not something that I can help. That's not something that I can, you know, pretend doesn't exist. Right. And when I'm drawn to you, I want you to always be okay, to be more than okay, but to be happy, to feel safe, to be loved, to be very satisfied in your life. Right. But I also know that sometimes what I want is not what you need in that moment, in that stage that you're in, that learning. And it's such a blessing to be able to see just how we all kind of come together and we create this community that becomes such a blessing. The community itself, all of you are such a blessing, such a blessing. And if you feel like you can't do whatever it is that you need to do, and you don't have the courage or the foresight or whatever other reason you're giving yourself as to why you're not enough, you only think you're not enough because you have no idea where you're going yet. I mean, gosh, not only is Eliza in a healthier place, girlfriend has her job. You know, she has all of these amazing things. Her energy has become just so profound. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I know quite a few of you are familiar with some of the things that Eliza has lived through. I mean, she's been fairly open in the live stream sometimes, sharing what she's experiencing. But, you know, I think that bug is a fucking fairy. I think it's a fairy and I keep trying to smash it. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, it's like literally everywhere. It's everywhere. Watch it be Pedro. My bad, Pedro. I'm sorry. So it's time for us to move forward. You don't have to have a highly developed intuition to be able to do this. Okay. You have to allow yourself to be still, though. That stillness is what will give you the necessary shift in your perception. It will help you to, once again, remember the direction you're headed, right? There are choices to be made. There are definitely choices to be made, and you have to allow yourself, again, the time and the space to be able to do that. What? Annie said you and that bug have a Paladorian contract. Oh, maybe it's the mom bug that that I developed. That's fine. Mom versus mom. We got this. So let's see. I have you guys on my luggage. It's ridiculous. Okay, so 2 of coins. All right, 2 of coins in reverse. Literary ability, agility in handling matters, simulated enjoyment, enforced gaiety, letter and message. So don't fake being happy. Actually take the steps and allow the changes that will bring true happiness into your life. Okay? Don't just fake being happy. You don't need to fake that. You really, really don't. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to feel. Allow. Just allow. Okay? And then the Empress, feminine progress, fruitfulness, accomplishment, marriage, children, feminine influence, ability to motivate others. There was this post. Let me find it. I believe I shared it. Hold on. It was an amazing, amazing post. This place's Wi-Fi is so slow. It's slow. All right. It says, one day you will tell your story of how you've overcome what you're going through now, and it will become part of someone else's survival guide. Love that. And so I said, thank you to all the survival guides that came before I wrote my own. Right? These survival guides that other people provide you. It's simply to be used as a template. It's a template. You're supposed to personalize it to yourself and your situation. Okay? You have to always personalize to yourself and your situation the information that comes in from anyone's readings, including my own, from things you read, from spiritual, esoteric texts, things like that. Never just accept anything at face value. You have to question, you have to assess, you have to discern. How does this apply to me and my life? How will it bring my blessing to me even more efficiently? Mm. Would you guys like me to teach a master class in manifestation? Would you guys like me to teach one? I've worked on manifestation for quite a few years. I don't really talk about it, but I've worked on it for quite a few years, and I understand the pathways that are utilized, the energetic pathways, in order to increase the likelihood of the manifestation coming to fruition. Some of the most recent ones have been actual checks just arriving in the mail for no reason. I never really sweat about things because if I want it, I know I'll have it because I know how to manifest. I'm not talking about manifesting stupid things like material things and, no. I'm talking about like the hearty things. I think that would be, yeah, Lindsay was telling me this. I was like, what? What? Yeah. And there's been situations where it's like, in order for my manifestation to take place, it's like creation will go ahead and manifest someone else's desires so that their desires can further amplify the likelihood of my desire coming to fruition. And this stuff works. This stuff works when it comes to manifesting things that are in alignment with what you need, where you need to go. It's so common for people to tell me, like privately or publicly, like, my perception in my life and everything has changed since I've been listening to you. And now it's like the things that I've been wanting for so long, it's like it happens. I think about what I want and then it happens. Oh, oh, you actually popped in my head the other day. You popped in my head. That's such an honor. Thank you so much for that, Lee. Thank you so much for that. So many of us get to that point where it's like, why are we even here? And it's because you are authoring a survival guide for someone else. You just haven't gotten to the point where you've published it yet. We're all here for each other. We are all here for each other. There have been plenty of times, plenty of times where your simple existence has shifted the trajectory of my own. Plenty of times. Plenty of times. You guys have no idea. None. No idea. I couldn't even begin to like put into words. I couldn't even begin to put into words the effect that you guys have had on me. It's like that makes me feel so sad that people don't have anyone. You guys are just far too nice. It hurts my heart. It just totally hurts my heart. And that's why I live stream pretty much every day. Like I wasn't supposed to today. I wasn't supposed to because I'm on the road and it's a lot. I didn't bring my mic, I didn't bring anything and it's this thing of like I can't not show up. Yeah, I'm like super late and I'm super rushing, but I can't not show up. And it doesn't hurt me because I pity anyone. It hurts me because I know that you know how it feels to be alone. For a pretty significant portion of my life. I mean, people have always been drawn to me. They always want something from me. People are always drawn to me for whatever reason that they're drawn, wanting whatever it is that they want. And I've always just been a people pleaser. Because it's this thing of like, if I give you what you want, then maybe I don't have to be alone. But see, what I learned was I felt alone because I'm not meant to fit in. I felt alone because I needed to be witnessed being myself so that people could free themselves. And now we're not alone anymore. Now we have our community. Now we have the ability to really come together. And we know we're being real. We know the things that we know. Oh my gosh. That is a huge honor. That is a huge honor. It really, truly is. It's this thing where I remember I forgot who said it to me, but they were like, Emmy, you can't be everyone's mom. Yes, the fuck I can. Yes, the fuck I can be everyone's mom if they want me to be their mom. Hell fucking yes, I can. I want to see you stop me. You can't be everyone's mom. Yes, I can, because I have the capacity to love you as though I birthed you. I have the capacity to love you as though my blood runs through your veins. I have that capacity. So, yes, I can. Yes, I absolutely can. And I'm not the type of mom that's just going to coddle your insecurities. I'm the type of mom that's going to be like, well, what do you need? Have you asked yourself, how are you going to go about doing that? And how do you need me to support you? It's really it's really indicative of how humanity is preparing for this massive change. How long have we pretended that we don't need a mother figure? We don't need a father figure. We don't need anyone. Hell, I did that for much of my life. I don't need anyone. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning that sometimes what I want and what I need is the same thing, because I was about to say, I don't need you guys. I want you guys. And again, I'm in the process of learning that sometimes what I want and what I need are the same thing. And if what you want and what you need is the same thing, the likelihood of creation providing you that, fulfilling your wish, giving you the very thing you want the most. How many of us have just wanted to be in a space where we feel like we can just be us? We're not going to be rejected. We're not going to be this. We're not going to be that. How many of us? How many of us have never had that? And maybe we are the blessing. Maybe that's what this is about. We are our own blessings. We are what we've been waiting for. I know everything changed for me the moment I began to give myself permission and the space to process exactly what you guys are for me. Because I'm gonna be very honest, I went through some shit on Facebook. It didn't necessarily traumatize or break me, but it definitely made me like, all right, so we're switching over to YouTube. Now, YouTube's going to be the same shit show. So I better just fucking put on my armor and be like, fuck it all. Right? That's how I approached switching over to YouTube. That's how I approached it. I didn't approach it like I'm going to build a community where my heart can heal. No, I was like, listen, you know what? My business is based on social media. Let me just do, card pulls just so people um, can kind of get familiar with me. And because I'm not a tarot card reader. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm a quantum kalantic specialist. Quantum kalanta is what I specialize in. And it's this thing of, that's why I do cards. I don't know what to say. I'm socially awkward as fuck, yo. I am socially awkward. I am socially awkward. But if you give me something to talk on, I can talk about it ad nauseum. But you have to give me something to talk about. And that was the thing. I just approached it from a business sense of, I need to continue the momentum so that my business can continue, so that I can continue to help people. And then, wow, the people that I thought I was going to help ended up being the people who helped me to heal. That's like, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all. Being someone who's been conditioned by life to be hyper independent because so many people have disappointed me, betrayed me, used me, done all kind of really fucked up shit to me. and knowing they didn't break me because I didn't carry that with me. I didn't. Mm-mm. I didn't allow them to convince me successfully that everyone just wants something from me. You guys helped me to learn that. There's so many of you that just help because you want to help, because you care. There's so many of you not wanting anything in return. And it's like, what? What? There really are people like me? Yeah, all of you. All of you. I was having a profound conversation with a very dear friend of mine. Very, very, very dear friend. And I remember she was feeling kind of down. And I had given her some tidbits of wisdom. And she's like, but see, I'm not like you. I don't think like you. She said something along those lines. And I was like, yes, you do. You're just in a different place in your acknowledgement of it. I'm just further down the road, but you think just like me, because if you didn't think like me, there would be no resonance. You wouldn't understand the things that I say. Yes, it sounds profound because you're just newly exploring that concept, but you would have came to the same conclusions that I came to had we reached that point at the same time. And here's the beautiful part, you're not behind. I was tasked to reach that point before you so that I could point out, hey, there's a point just a couple feet down the road. Don't stop walking. Keep going. It's just a couple feet. It's right there. You're almost there. And that's the beauty about the community we've created together. I did not create this community. Ooh. My triggers and the demon horse did. Ooh. Someone asked, why do dark things have to continue to exist? Why do organic portals have to continue to exist? I've heard, why do demons, why are they allowed to continue to exist? Because they push us to grow in ways we would have never allowed ourselves to grow had we been left to our own devices. Every level of my development has been because of the poor treatment I've received from others. And it's just within the past maybe 2 years. We're approaching 2 years. I think, no, we're at 2 years now. Because this was a time about 2 years ago that I created the GoFundMe for my brother. And it's this thing of, in the past 2 years, you guys have helped me to grow and heal to the degree, being the blessings that you are. You've helped me by your presence to begin growing without adversity, without the need for demonic things, demonic intent to be the very impetus for my growth. How profound is that? How profound? How profound will we allow ourselves to see ourselves? You guys feel that, huh? More components are coming back home. More components. Being able to feel even more solid, knowing there's still pieces of me missing, pieces of my knowing missing, but being able to realize, like, the foundation, that's solid. It's solid now. You know what I mean? It's solid, the foundation, that's good. All we have to do is continue to build up in a way that is still very solid, a way where there's no possible points of exploitation. There's no way to break what we're building, right? Sometimes people think that to make something solid, unbreakable, that it has to be rigid. That's a surefire way to create points of exploitation, points that can be used to break you. So then how do we do it? Through flexible strength. It's much harder to break you when you can bend at will, right? It's much harder to break you. You don't have to be lax, you have to be flexible. And I think that's what life is teaching us right now. That's what we're learning together. We're learning about flexibility and the strength that we can acquire as we continue to work on our flexibility. It's important. There are buildings that are retrofitted for earthquakes, and these buildings, they will sway. They will sway when there's an earthquake, and that relieves some of the stress. It won't buckle and break. Have you seen those videos of super, super old videos where there's an earthquake and the bridge is like looking liquefied? Yeah, like that, like that. I love that. It's like seeds carried on the breeze. Something is ready to grow. And what if I tell you the decay of society? It's a compost pile and it's ready. It's ready. Compost is very, very rich soil. Why is it rich? It's full of organic material that has decomposed. It's been allowed to get heated to a degree that the malignant bacterias die off, and all that's left are the beneficial ones. Society is ready for the change. I don't know exactly what changes will happen, but it feels like something big is about to grow. Ooh, I heard the ancient forests are being replanted. Wow. Michael is telling me a story right now because I was wondering. I have memories of an ancient forest where the trees are large, extremely large, larger than any tree you've ever seen. You know that movie Avatar where they have that mother tree? Large like that, several of them. They weren't all together though. And there's some people who speculate. Speculation, don't come for me because I will fucking fight back. I'm saying, okay? I'm saying there's speculations that some of the mountain ridges are actually the tree stumps of these trees, because you can view some of these mesas from above and you will see they have concentric rings like that of a tree. Could you imagine that? Now I'm asking, like, dang, because so those trees must be thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hundreds of thousands of years old, right? And, like, how, I mean, what creation was just like, oh, I will create a seed and I will plant it and let it grow. And Michael says the seeds that were planted were the thoughts of creators seeking to dive deeper into the depths of the unknown. This was an exploration of that as above, so below. Because a tree can only grow as tall as its roots are deep and wide, right? Right. So that's what he's telling me. Creation was exploring the balance of above and below and seeing the beauty of that poetry. And allowing what is hidden to communicate with others that are hidden. And that's kind of what we are. We're the roots of something. We're not a grassroots movement because grassroots don't go deep. No. We're a living orchard. Trees that have the capacity to bear fruit, to sustain others, to provide shelter for those in need of protection. That's what we are, an orchard. An orchard. That's what we are. So when you think that, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and you're not using the fruits of your labor to the degree that you need to use it. There was this live stream. I don't know. I think when people were cyberbullying me, they took down my primary Facebook account. It might have been attached to that account. But there was this one time where I was live streaming underneath a tree because I was homeless at the time, and I was live streaming under the tree, and I was talking about orchards. And I have acquired so much information over the course of my lifetime. And I never shared it with anyone out of fear of ridicule, out of fear of condemnation. And it was this thing of like, I've forgotten more information than most people will acquire in their entire life with tremendous effort. I've forgotten so much. And it's like wasted fruit from the tree of knowledge. And Michael points out that a piece of fruit that falls from the tree is never wasted. Why? Because as the sweetness decays, the seed is what's left. And it's the seed that's most important. It becomes a new tree. It becomes a new tree. And that's how, he said, that's how I am single-handedly creating an orchard. I think you guys are that orchard. I really, truly feel like all of you are reflections of components of me that I thought I lost at some point in my life, only to come back to me in another human form, reflecting to me the things that I need to remember. Never before I'm ready to, always only after I'm properly prepared to receive. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is life? The people who come to you, find their way to you. It's always in perfect timing. Always, always. So, High Priestess. Ignorance, short-sightedness, selfishness, passion, acceptance of superficial knowledge. We're not doing that anymore. We're just not. We're not doing that anymore. It's no longer these superficial words that give you a sense of well-being for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No, what we're doing is the hard core work, right? The very nitty gritty, the kind of work that forever changes your life. The kind of work that doesn't just change your life, but in changing your life, you change everyone else's life around you. That's the core of what I'm here to do. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I didn't rebel? Right now, I'd be a cardiothoracic surgeon with a secondary specialty in neurology. That was the path that was laid before me. That's what I was told I was to become. That's what I was prepared my entire childhood to do. To be part of allopathic medicine that does not provide whole being wellness, health care. It provides sickness mitigation. Could you imagine? And everyone in my environment, literally everyone in my environment, you wasted your intelligence. There's still time. You can still finish school. You need to do something with yourself. Do what? Be something I'm not destined to be? That's not my path. Well, what do you want to do? You can't use your kids as an excuse to continue being lazy and not finishing school. What are you going to do for work? None of your business. I'm going to live and I'm going to raise my children. And I'm going to just be a mom. You're just going to be a mom. Yes, to my children and any other person that needs a mom. Because I don't give a shit what you say. You have an attitude problem. Yes, the fuck I do. It's about to be your problem if you don't back the fuck up. I'm just saying, right? And that's how my life went. That's how my life went. Could you imagine? Had listened, I would never, ever, ever, ever let any of you know any of the things that you already know about me. You guys know more about me than people who've known me my whole life. I have relatives who think my job is to be a witch. Bitch, don't limit me. Don't limit me. I'm a sorceress, okay? I was born this way. I'm just saying. You guys, don't listen to people. Hell, don't even listen to me. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Allow yourself to hear what your dreams actually are. Because many of your dreams are nothing more. Many of your dreams are literally nothing more than someone else's expectations of you. Can't box a unicorn in, right? Unless you want to catch a horn in the ass. Okay, Ace of Coins. I got to get going, guys. Ace of Coins. Prosperity without happiness, misused wealth, wasted money, corruption by money, miserliness, greed, fool's gold. It's exactly what we're talking about. The greed, the fool's gold, all of that. It's discussion combustion. Yeah. So I'm just saying. I'll share the link once I have the link. All right. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. I like poopies. Long walks on the beach. 6 of Cups. Memories, past influences, nostalgia, faded images. So for some of you, this trajectory you're on, it will absolutely be involving past things, right? I don't know if this is someone from your past coming back or if this is you just kind of remembering something from your past or if it's, something else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be different for everyone. Queen of Staves. a sympathetic and understanding person, friendly, loving, chaste, practical, charm and grace, gracious hostess. So be careful about hosting other people's traumas, right? As an empath, we have hyperpermeable membrane disorder. Your auric membrane is hyperpermeable and you need to adjust, recalibrate. Really allow yourself to recalibrate that apartheid filter. The filters need to be recalibrated. Oh, thank you, Daria. Hmm. Let's see. I think you have to be careful. This message is like a really feel-good type message. It's very potent. And there's this thing as we're approaching that 9/9 portal. I'm doing a fire ceremony, by the way. I should be back home by the 9th, I think. Oh God, what's the date today? Yes, I should be. But that as we approach the 9/9 portal, there's a lot of mimicry that's going on and a lot of attempts to deceive. So be careful, okay? Just because someone from your past comes back does not mean that's the person that this reading is referencing. Y'all, Mercury is acting like a total hoe. I'm just saying, Mercury is already being a total hoe bag. So be careful. Expect all your exes to message you. I'm just saying. Anywho. Ace of Cups, great abundance, fulfillment, perfection, joy, fertility, productiveness, beauty, and pleasure, favorable outlook. It's gonna be banging. But you have to do the work for it. You know. Oh, Mars is going RX2, and then on the 10th we have that full moon in Pisces. It's like a cluster fluck. Cluster flucking fluck. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm saying, stay home. Stay home. I'm thinking there needs to be an additional expedite. An additional expedite added for all of that. I didn't factor in all of that. I only factored in the 9/9 portal and all the fuckery involved with that. Mercury's going retrograde. That's my soul planet. Emmy, why do you communicate that way? Because Mars! Oh, I'm sorry. Mars is going retrograde. I'm literal right now. I'm literal always. Mars is my soul planet. It carries my essence. I don't know, you guys. It's going to be a doozy. You'll get through it. Don't worry. Emmy, you always say we'll get through it. Yeah, bitch. Is there anything you didn't get through? You're still here. So, okay. Tell me where I lied. Tell me where I lied. Nowhere. That's where I lied. You got through it, didn't you? Oh my gosh. Okay. So the moon. A minor deception recognized before damage is done. Trifling mistakes. See what I'm saying? Someone's going to try and deceive you. There are 6 planets that will be in retrograde. There are 6 hoes that I don't give a shit about. Okay, let me stop. I think the fasting is really getting to me now. I gotta just wiggle it all out. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. It goes. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. A studious and intent person, reflective, meditative, loyal, willingness to offer services and effort. Someone's willing to serve you, baby boo. Okay, let me stop it. Stop it. Harder. Oh my God. I need to stop fucking around before I leave marks on my face. I don't even have any foundation. Hold that. Hello? Are you serious? You're watching me? You see my face right now? Did you see that? Bye. My husband called me, be like, what's up? Are you joking around? Are you done? Is this live stream finished? Because I'm watching you right now and you're joking around. Page of Cups, deviation, susceptibility, temporary distraction, seduction, a flatterer. He's trying to seduce me with his harsh words. I slow blinked. That's a threat. Okay, seriously? So, something is going to try and get you to deviate from whatever it is that you're trying to do. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. I didn't fall for it. Okay. My husband is being a total demon Harita right now, like calling me out on shit that he doesn't need to call me out on. You know, like he knows that's what I do. I fuck around. And now he found out. Okay. You're making the back of my knees sweat. You just stressed me out right now. I'm very sensitive to stress. 9 of Coins. Accomplishment, discernment, discretion, foresight, prudence, material well-being, love of nature. There's something important about this card. I'm not sure what. So accomplishment, discernment, discretion, foresight, prudence, material well-being, love of nature. It has to do with nature. Something about nature. I don't know what. I can feel it though. It has something to do with the outdoors. I don't know why this just came to my mind. There was this video of this guy. It's usually him and his like grandma or something like that, right? It's some older lady. I've seen quite a few of their videos, but he does all of these like practical jokes on her, and she's a little bit she's a little bit aggressive in her communication. So he comes in wearing shorts and he has this, it's almost like a strap-on type thing, but it's balls. At the end of the strap is testicles. And so he ties it on himself under his shorts so it looks like his balls are hanging out the bottom of his shorts. And he starts doing jumping jacks in front of his grandma. And he tells his grandma, like, I heard these are really good for you. Do you do these? And she looks over and she sees the ball on his leg. I don't know why that came to my mind. But I had to share that with you guys. Did I save the video? I might have saved it. Hold on. No, I did not. But for those who would like to see me as I was a child. So remember, I told you guys that totally brought back my childhood. The reason I am so proficient with parasitic extraction is because of my childhood experiences. And this totally reminded me of when I was little. I have to share this. Okay. Like, no. Motherfucker, this is my shit. It reminded me of when I was a kid. Watch it again. It's asking her about it. Look at her face. Her face. She's like, fuck you. Yo, that totally. She's like, no. This is mine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's about to F it up. She goes, no. That's me as a kid. Okay, page of coins. Deep concentration and application, scholarship, reflection, desire for new ideas, a do-gooder, bearer of news. You're about to find out some really good news very soon. For those that this applies to, you're about to find out some really, really, really good news very, very soon. Like very, very, very soon. Okay? Hang in there. Allow yourself to really be aware of the things you need to be aware of. Pay attention to people's intentions. Pay attention to, what people are trying to get away with when it comes to you. And just really make sure, really make sure before you make any decisions that you are aware of the answer to what their intent is. Ask that question, what's their intention? If you don't know, pause. There are beautiful things headed your way, but if you allow this to continue, if you allow it to derail you or to shift your trajectory, you're going to miss on an opportunity, a profound one. Okay. So guys, I'll be coming live on the 9th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to purchase an expedited request, go to meevolving.com/shop/99 fire ceremony. Okay. And I'll be live then. I'll go ahead and hold on. Where is it? What the heck happened to the comments? I was going to go ahead and oh no. Here. Let me pin the message. I just pinned the comment. So if you would like to join me for that, please do. If you'd like to purchase an expedited request, please do that as well. I will see you guys again very, very soon. When the podcast is up for the show, I will post a link. I'll share it with you guys. Okay. Bye, everyone. Oh, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.